good day today overall. I really like when that happens. The exhaust noise sound we need to sort out because the EGR is not bolted down. It is that. Yeah, and then it just needs putting back together really. I would never buy one. It's Chinese. I mean, I can't believe it. Peugeot used to make good engines, and it's junk. It's absolute junk. Everywhere you look, it's caked in dirt and bits of rust. I mean, I've taken away as much as I can. I've even fully coated the exhaust with a rust converter, so you know I've cleaned it. Any bits I saw I didn't like, I've cleaned. But the fact that it looks like that at this age is shocking. Or did, you know, it's much better now already. Okay, so that was progress there. I'll have to try and find an ignition for it. It's a carb model, which means it's not restricted on the ECU, I think. So it should be a straight changeover, bolt in, bolt out. Should be. Tomorrow I'll get James to take the front off. Nice to have James. He knows what he's talking about. He's going to be very handy. Cool. So let me put them away. I'm going to go home, chill out for a bit. I need to get a battery for my Fiat Punto actually, but I have no car to collect it.
The next day.
Hi everyone and welcome back to the channel. In the last video you saw me and James working on the Peugeot. We got it up and running. I need to nip the back end together to figure out what's going on with the engine noise, but I think it's the EGR valve. I'm just throwing a new battery in this Fiat Punto. I bought this from my dad a few months ago, but he's not very well, and he's still not very well. I think he's probably not going to drive anytime soon, if ever. So my plan is I'm going to use it for a few weeks, tax it and insure it while advertising it. Oh, I thought that was paint pill, but it's not. It's like tree sap. While advertising it, and then I'm going to sell it for, it should be around 15 to 1800 because it's a 2002 ULEZ compliant Fiat Punto 1.3 automatic, 59,000 miles, full service history, one lady owner. I know that sounds terrible. I hate all that one lady owner crap, but it was. So you know, it should be £1,500 all day long because it is a great runner rider and ULEZ compliant. And then that gives me, with the Peugeot money on top, gives me £3,000 to put towards something new, which I've already got in mind. My uncle has a BMW 6 Series that he's getting rid of soon, so that's the aim, to swap over to that. So I'm just going to put the new battery in today. I'm not going to, this is not about the channel, it's just letting you guys know what I'm doing. That's up for 2.5 in a month. It's so cheap. It's a riding S-Cargo with 11 months MOT left. It's ridiculously cheap. So it's just a waiting game. We just have to wait for someone who's looking for one, and when they're looking for one in the UK, that's going to pop up. So I do think it will go at some point. Today I want to get out the Peugeot again. I want to start nipping up the back end, just make sure that the rear end is sorted, and obviously make sure the exhaust is sealed and that it's not an exhaust leak we're hearing there. So them bits for now. If the back end's sorted, I want to get the front end off and look at the ignition. I think I found a new one, about 40 quid. Well worth doing if everything else is okay.
The Peugeot scooter is perfectly fine now, isn't it?
Well, you take that then.
Yeah, sure.
My only concern, that's filming.
Yeah,
My only
that's it.
concern with the Peugeot was the exhaust blowing. So we're now testing if this starts. So my theory was that it wasn't getting enough fuel, it was running out of fuel. Should if that's sorted with this pump, it should start a bit easier than it did yesterday.
Nice.
Cool. So that could be nipped up today. Cheers, man.
Cheers.
Wow, huge difference. That can be nipped up. That needs to go for MOT soon. Peugeot, the Herald needs to go for MOT. Peugeot, let's get the Peugeot out. So we are everywhere. We've done everything, we've nipped everything up. We're just putting the last Jubilee clip on the airbox. It's a good fit.
It's not too big.
No, we'll shrink it down. Right. And we're good. We've got the ignition off. The actual issue with the ignition, a separate issue, is that the power wire coming down from the main circuit has snapped. But actually there's only 2 wires in here, a black and a red, so we can chop them and put them on to the new lock system. This is the system that was playing up. It is crudded. My guess is that the connectors under there are bad. I might just pop it off in a minute just to show you guys. It's very easy. It's just push that out. In fact, let's do that. 1 minute, I'll pop it out and I'll pick the phone back up. James was just saying all the rear ends nipped up, and we were just going to put the final bits on, and James said we should probably fire it up. He's right. He's absolutely right. I was just telling him how I 9 times out of 10 would just piece it all back together, start it up, and then there'd be a weird noise. But you're right. Let's. I'll just splice that back in loosely so we can fire it up. We'll fire it up. We'll put that battery back on loosely, and let's hear it. Let's just make sure it's doing its basic. We can't fire it up for longer than 2 minutes because we haven't got the cooling system in, same as yesterday. But once that plate's on, the cooling system's back up. But we'll hear it immediately. So yes, I'm gonna splice on the ignition loosely. In fact, I don't even need to, I'll just wire it, and yes, let's do that and we'll fire it up. I'll get the tripod. Alright, so we just don't want to hear the loud engine noise. Of course, we really shouldn't. Everything's been sorted now. Let's see. I think it'll be fine. Famous last words. Sounds great. Sounds smooth. Yeah. Sounds great. Yeah. I was gonna turn it off. Told you. EGR system loose makes it sound like exhaust is loose. Yeah. Very, very, very happy with that, guys. That. Do you know what though? It wasn't an easy project. We rebuilt the top end, but it's done. Cool. Look at this, these 2 guys. Look, James and Rabjab. I love that. I love people working on bikes. Look how cool that 250 looks with just the rear mudguard back on. Honestly, such a big difference. It's nice seeing Rabjab do some real work. Really, Rabjab's dropped 50p down there and he's just looking for it. No. The Peugeot tweak can't do much to it now, guys. Waiting on that new ignition. Just ordered it today. It's bank holiday weekend, so I'll get that Thursday or Friday. Benelli, I'm just nipping up now. Benelli should be MOT-able soon. So tweak's going to go back round the corner because it's actually doing well. And the Benelli, I'm going to just nip up. I should be taking the Benelli and the Scrambler to MOT at some point, probably next Saturday. Yeah, wow. You know what? It's all going in the right direction. Rabjab's testing out the Anthony build. It's a cool bike, actually. Yeah, I'm not keen on how far it sits. I mean, it has been stable the whole time though.
Not far.
Well, it's fast enough.
It's quite. It's still not loud as power.
It is loud though.
So loud as that.
Someone will love it.